perfect, but it feels great just to get started. Finally, first dish in the new kitchen. We've christened it. It's incredible the energy that you get inside when you're just able to start cooking. You know, it's my passion. This is what I love doing.
After many frustrating delays, Sarah's new restaurant finally has an operational kitchen. With only 3 days until the restaurant launch, Sarah has very limited time to turn her new kitchen team into a cohesive unit.
First day in the kitchen, done and dusted. So good start. We've got gas and it means that we can start in the kitchen. We've tested out our first dish, the ice nougat, yesterday, and it was a success. But at the same time, there's a lot of setting up in the kitchen that needs to be done. The storeroom needs to be stocked, and bigger than all of that, the staff needs to be trained. We've got a 90-item menu. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to open with the entire menu, but at the moment, you know, the staff isn't trained with any of it. So there's two types of pressures there. There's one to do with the fact that is the staff going to be ready, and even bigger than that is, are people going to like my menu? Are people going to enjoy the dishes? Is the quality and the standard high enough, because we're in such a fast-paced cosmopolitan city, and yeah, we're going to be able to pull it off in such a short amount of time. So of course I'm excited that I have a kitchen, but I'm definitely extremely nervous because I know it's about to come the time when we open the doors, guests come flowing through, and yeah, ultimately it's their judgment. I've got a very busy day ahead and I want to have a really hearty breakfast, so I'm making waffles. I wanted to make this recipe because it's one of Phoenix's favourites, and we do it every Sunday, and we make our batter and make our waffles, and then he puts his little toppings on, and it just reminds me of home, and I miss him a lot right now. So I want these little things to just remind me of home, remind me of Phoenix and Mum. It's really difficult, and I think the partners and everyone around doesn't really understand, because every night they go home to their families, and I've basically moved to the other side of the world to open up this restaurant. I've literally packed my bags and moved to India to open up these restaurants. You know, those little moments when you just get home and you see Phoenix just like running in the door with his school bag on, you know, throws it on the ground, and you just have dinner together and talk about your day. So here I don't really have that, you know, it just gets hard and lonely at times. So I'm definitely missing him a lot right now. Despite feeling a little homesick, I'm definitely loving being in Mumbai. I think it's a very vibrant, cosmopolitan city. People are amazing and have definitely already made me feel very welcome, and I think I'm going to really enjoy it here. A little drop of vanilla extract, pinch of salt. I almost forgot my favourite element, a little zest of lemon. Alrighty, looks like it's heated up, ready to go. So in with the batter. It's quite a runny consistency, so it just flows into the corners. So this mixture makes exactly 4, and that cooks for about 4 or 5 minutes. And cook. Now I'm going to make a little mango salsa. One of my favourite ingredients in India is the Alfonso mangoes. I think it's kind of the Queenslander coming out in me, because we're surrounded by Bowen mangoes, which are my favourite. So these are kind of the closest to that. And my waffles are almost ready. Oof, they're looking good. Crispy, golden brown. They smell so good. Just going to leave it here while I get my salsa ready. Just chopped up my mango into little dices. And now I'm going to chop up some pistachios and some fresh mint. A little extra crunch. And I'm going to pop the honey into the yogurt. So excited. Smells delicious. Yogurt's ready, salsa's ready, waffles are ready. Let's play. Let's taste. It's kind of like our naughty waffle sundae mixed with India. Making it a little bit more fresh with the yogurt and mango. I know that I have to get back to reality in a moment's time and I've got a big day ahead, so I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts.
Built during the British Raj in 1890, Dobby Ghat is the world's biggest outdoor laundry. Over 7,000 people flog, scrub, dry, press and fold clothes for up to 18 hours every day.
I've come down to Dobby Ghat, which is a local laundromat. It cleans, I think, about half of Mumbai's laundry. So it's a pretty amazing sight to see. I've come down with Vandana, who is our operations head, and I'm here to pick up our uniforms because they've just been washed. Oh my gosh, yeah, oh wow. I love Mumbai's rich history and walking around Dobby Ghat, a place that was built over 100 years ago, and seeing all the families that have passed down the trade through generations is so incredible. It's these little moments that make you realise how old and beautiful this country is and how much heritage there is there. You know, when you get to experience this here in India, it just adds to the whole experience, and it's these moments that make me love India even more. I'm heading to the Crawford market to meet my chef Himanil. We want to grab a few ingredients there, and this place has everything. It's a little bit crazy and extremely busy in the mornings because it's doing all of the trade for restaurants and hotels around. So yeah, it'll be great to just head in there and find exactly what we need.
A passionate foodie and Mumbai local, the Wine Rack's head chef Himanil brings valuable knowledge to the menu, especially when it comes to cooking local cuisine. With the kitchen up and running, Himanil and Sarah need to practice what will be one of the Wine Rack's signature dishes, Karari roti.
Actually, raw banana provides a lovely elasticity to the dough,
Yeah.
which we need.
And raw banana goes in the dough?
Yeah.
For Karari
Yeah,
roti.
we just paste it and add a little bit of it
Really?
into the dough, and it
Wow.
expands beautifully without breaking down.
So you really put raw banana in the Karari
Yeah.
roti dough?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just a hint of it.
There's no better place to go shopping for spices than in the market in India. It's so aromatic and they're so fresh, and it just makes you want to cook with them. That has Rumali roti?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go there.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You'll get lovely Rumali rotis and kebabs.
perfect.
You should see the way they serve their kebabs and the
Yeah.
pace at which they take it out. It's amazing.
Himanil's recommended this restaurant that we try out. They do these amazing Rumali rotis. Rumali means handkerchief, so they're big, beautiful, thin, paper-thin rotis. These chefs have been cooking things like the Rumali roti for years, you know, ever since they were a kid. So it's like an art India is so diverse, and I feel like every place that I go to, my brain is just being overloaded with so much inspiration. Literally every single city that you go to has different techniques, different dishes, different spices and flavors, and you know, I'm constantly getting inspired. This is so good.
Yeah.
Like how big and thin they get it.
The karari roti could be a lovely appetizer. You know, it would be like an Indian lavash.
I think it'd be amazing as a little starter.
Absolutely. It'll go very well with alcohol as well. You know, it's a lovely starter.
Lamb, and it's so delicious, and Himanel's going to teach me his version of this, and I hope it's the same. It better be.
You should hope that it's better than what you ate.
You think it's going to be better?
Yeah.
I hope so.
A Rajasthani dish that originated as a favourite of Indian royalty, lal mas is a rich curry infused with lots of fiery red chilies and a generous assortment of Indian spices.
We're going to change it a little bit.
What? Don't change it. It was amazing.
No, we're going to do it with mince.
Okay.
Yeah? Because we're going to serve it with our karari roti, so it acts like a lovely dip.
Yeah. Perfect.
We burn them in the oil. Now the oil has gotten all the flavors of these spices, and then we just chuck them out.
Infused oil.
Yeah.
Smells amazing already.
Now we just chuck these.
So good.
Just wait for it to cool down a little bit, because the next spice that goes inside this is cumin.
Yeah.
And cumin will burn very fast, so we just let it cool down a little bit. Give you a nice little punch.
So traditionally the lal mas is pretty spicy, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think I can handle that.
Add in a little bit of ginger garlic paste. Just a little bit of garam masala, coriander, cumin, a little bit of chili. And just a pinch of salt. Just let the masalas get cooked a little bit. Now we add in our chili paste. Now, just a little bit of whisked yogurt. Now you start getting that color that you wanted.
Yeah.
A little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of star anise, and my favorite,
You
just
love
a little bit of
clove, don't
clove. I love cloves.
Good. Oof. Bit of a kick.
Just add a little bit of minced lamb.
Only a little bit?
Yeah, you're gonna make the the rest of it.
Me?
Maybe an Australian version of the lal mas.
I reckon that's good, right? Done.
And now we move on to the karari roti.
Yeah, let's do it. So the difference between Brahmali roti and Karari roti is it needs to be extremely thin. It's all about rolling the dough out really thin, pulling it over the pan and cooking it until it's crispy. So the secret ingredient in this dough is the raw bananas.
Gives you that lovely elasticity, which you really need, you know, to get this right. So I think this dish is gonna sell like hotcakes.
I think people are definitely going to love it.
Yeah, it goes.
Oh no, it's definitely an art. And
It takes a little bit of practice.
I'm not very good at it, but I'm going to put it on. Oh, oh. I need more practice. Oh, hear that sound.
Snap.
So crispy.
Yeah.
Dig in. Yum. This is definitely going to be a big hit.
A little messy, but that is every Indian food ever.
2 days until the launch, and at least everything's functioning now, but we're still finalising dishes and trying to get everything ready. So it's a little bit chaotic and everyone's running around trying to get things done, and yeah.
The setup is done almost now. Kitchen looks more organized, and now I think we need to blitz through the dishes very fast.
Again, Hill and I still are the only ones that know, the entire menu, and we still have a long way to go with training the staff, so that hasn't happened completely yet. So there's a lot of things that need to fit together to create the final product, so aligning all of that is always difficult.
Yeah, that is the point which is stressing me out quite a bit, that the kitchen team has no idea what we're going to do.
The new restaurant has a strong focus on pairing quality wine and food, but there's still one major problem. They don't have a license to sell alcohol.
We still don't have the license right now, but we're all working so hard in the hope that it'll arrive just in time for the launch. Fingers crossed that it comes in time.
The kitchen has been up and running for less than 24 hours. They still have over 90 dishes to test, and the restaurant is set to open in 3 days. Despite the building pressure, Sarah knows how important it is to stay positive and keep staff morale high.
I'm excited to get started, and this is the craziest time, in the lead up to the opening, but it's what you'll remember, you were there from the beginning. And when we're packed and, there's people everywhere and loving the food, loving the ambience, you'll be like, yep, I was there day one and I helped build this amazing place. So it'll be fun.
Most importantly, high five the whiteboard.
Yeah. Every minute needs to be used wisely, and everyone needs to work really hard, and the pressure definitely builds up, especially so close to the launch, and yet a lot to do right now.
As the face of the restaurant, all eyes will be on Sarah at the upcoming launch. So she'll be trading in her chef's jacket for something a little more festive.
I really wanted to wear an Indian designer for the launch, so I'm heading in to see Payal. She has an incredible range. I absolutely love her designs. They've got a beautiful colour palette. It's one of the reasons why I love India, because they use such vibrant colours, and the silks are just so beautiful.
Indians are not afraid of colour. It's part of our culture, and it comes intuitively to us to put colours together. Just the colour of spices and vegetables and those dyes that they made so many years ago. I love that. There's something about the poetry of something that's woven on a loom and sort of built yarn by hand. And I love the romance of that.
I feel like a bit of a dork when it comes to fashion. It's funny, I used to be a model, but I'm terrible when it comes to dressing myself. And I actually just love wearing the same thing every single day, and I would do that if I could. I literally have my mum, she'll call me up, she'll be like, Sarah, stop wearing that same top. I feel really lucky to have someone like Payal dressing me for the launch and giving me a bit of guidance. I think it's just starting to hit me, just thinking in my head, I don't think I'm going to get a break for at least 3 months where I can, properly sleep. I feel like leaving the kitchen just now, I feel like everything's a lot more under control than, it has been. But it's a lot of work opening a restaurant, and now to have 2. Of course, it's awesome, but there's definitely a lot of work involved. So I'm feeling pretty tired, and we haven't even opened. I'm excited, but I'm definitely exhausted, because, it's even just straight off the back of relaunching Antares for the season and developing a whole new menu for this season. So it's just been constant. And just, been away for a while as well from Australia, and haven't had an opportunity to fly back and see Phoenix and see my family. Pretty crazy. Why am I doing it again?
Hi,
Hey,
Sarah.
Mum.
Good to see you.
Good to
You
see you
looking
too.
well? You look
Yeah.
more relaxed than I expected.
Oh, I don't feel like that inside.
No, I can imagine. I was there 2 years ago in Antares. It would have been nice to be there with you this time.
I know, I wish you were here as well. You'd be whipping all the boys into line like quick smart.
I know. We make a good team.
Yeah.
You know, this is your second restaurant, so you probably learned a few things along the way, Sarah.
Yeah, definitely. Learned a lot. But the biggest thing I think is, I mean, obviously it's still stressful, but the biggest thing is I just kind of understand the process. So I'm not as stressed as I was with
No.
Antares.
No, you look more relaxed.
Yeah, I'm
And,
tired, but yeah.
Of course.
Can't wait till you get back over here. It's actually not too long, 4 weeks until you're here.
I know, it's crazy. It'll go in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, I know you and Phoenix will be swimming in the pool in Goa.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
And how do you feel? Like you're ready for this opening?
Yeah, I feel ready. And we're like under control with the menu and yeah, it's like coming together.
I'll be thinking of you on the night, Sarah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you how proud I am of you, Sarah. I just think you're one of the most extraordinary women I know, and I just love you to death. Just want you to know that.
Thanks, Mum.
I just wish I was there. But I'll be there in spirit.
Yeah. Love you too,
Okay.
Mum. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Love you, darling.
See ya. Bye. Oh, I think I just need to like sleep for 2 weeks after all of this. Yeah. It's always good talking to Mum. She's amazing because she's, you know, like she was here for the launch of Antares last, 2 years ago. So she knows, how much effort it takes, and she also loves India as well. So, she's excited to get over here and come and be a part of it again. But yeah, it's always hard missing home. Oh, man.
Sarah's new restaurant in the heart of South Mumbai is now only a day away from launching. It's a modern wine bar with a contemporary menu that includes a range of international themes and ingredients that the local staff are not yet familiar with.
How many times? It's so annoying.
He's getting it. I have told him to get the right one. This won't work.
So annoying. I've asked for it like 50 times.
No,
Water, sugar, soy,
This is miso.
vinegar. It's not
No.
miso. So annoying. What are you going to do?
Okay, I'll just speak. I'll probably go in the morning.
So frustrating. The launch is tomorrow and we're still getting the wrong ingredients. We're getting miso dressing instead of miso paste, and chipotle like Tabasco instead of canned chipotle chilies. It's so frustrating. We're still running around like headless chooks because we can't get the right ingredients. So we're starting the marinade without one of the key ingredients that adds so much of the flavour. And we're constantly doing runs up to this food hall, which is a really expensive imported shop that doesn't have everything that we need. So it's pretty frustrating not being able to get the supply chain sorted, especially when the launch is tomorrow.
So I'm very well versed with the menu, but the team has no freaking idea what we're doing. My initial plan was actually you need to have at least a week of training before you launch. We got the gas only like just a few days back, so it's just been chaos.
I think everyone has been averaging only 4 or 5 hours sleep a night, and it takes a few weeks to properly get the kitchen running smoothly. Things are going to happen. Our freezer just shorted last night, and again things are going off, and it adds a delay to everything. So yeah, there's a lot of work still to be done. So I'm making a soft shell crab pakora. It's a bit of fusion. I'd say it's like a fresher version of the traditional pakora, a bit more Japanese style. The Indian pakora has a few spices and a batter and then deep fry. So I'm kind of doing a version of that with a lighter kind of tempura batter, but still with some spices, served with a nice green chutney. I've eaten so many available and great quality here in Mumbai, so I've decided to do a spin on it. So I've got some tempura base here, a little bit of salt, coriander and cumin. Soda water is perfect because it just makes the batter really light and really crisp. So you need to make sure this is ice cold. This needs to be a really light batter, so I want it quite thin and runny so that it just gives you that crispy outer texture but without completely drowning out the flavour of the crab itself. So that's ready. I'm going to leave that aside and just make up my chutney now. Akush, I'll teach you how to make the chutney so you can make it for tomorrow. So a little bit of this really hot chilies, but not too many, because I'm Australian and I can't handle heat. Coriander, dunia, is it? Dunia? Is that Korean?
The name is Dunia.
Dania, close. And coriander root. Yeah, this gives it most of the flavour, the coriander root. Garlic. And lemon juice, nimbu. The reason why I'm choosing Southeast Asian flavours is because I want them to complement the tempura batter. And then it's more of a Thai-style dipping sauce, so fish sauce. And that's it, so we'll just blend it. So this is the dipping sauce kind of chutney for the crab. Good? No. Nice. Alrighty, let's fry off the crab. What I love about soft shell crab is that you don't need to pick it out of the shell, so you can just eat the whole thing. So it's as delicious as eating a big crab, but less fuss. Alrighty, let's fry it off. So, Akash, you're probably the best person to be actually cooking this dish because you're from Goa, so you've cooked with a lot of seafood before. Now they've puffed up and become nice and crispy. Done. So we've got a little bit of vinaigrette here and Thai basil and rocket. Akash, can you season it a little bit for me? And a little bit of chutney. So crispy pakora crab and nampla and a little salad. What do you think? Should we taste it?
Yes.
Let's try. Break off a little bit. Dig in. Crispy. Bahut acha. Nice. Feel pretty tired. I know that the energy will kick in tomorrow, and as soon as I get into the kitchen I can work all night, but it's definitely feeling pretty exhausted right now. I've been in India for almost 7 weeks now, and I've been away from home for a long time, so it definitely starts to kick in after a certain point of time where you just feel really homesick. You wish you had your loved ones around you, but I'm speaking to Phoenix a lot. It's actually really nice because he's at an age now where we can communicate and talk on the phone, and he can finally swim now, by the way. So that's happened over the last couple of weeks, but I just can't wait to see him swim. Because, yeah, you do miss some pretty big milestones, I suppose. Yeah, it's big milestones, so ultimately I know in the end it'll all be worth it, and, you know, I would have built this empire to pass on to him, but it's definitely hard to miss these big moments. When I'm over here, I'm just pushing myself and, yeah, I guess giving myself the strength to do it all. But it would be amazing to have family around and people who, you know, are my support. But yeah, it's pretty tough. I need sleep. Today is the launch day and we've got a full house of people coming in tonight. So it's a pretty big day. We still don't have a liquor license at the moment. None of the staff actually know about this, so we're preparing like it's going to come through. We've submitted all of our documents yesterday at 9 a.m. and it hasn't come through just yet. It's funny because, you know, I remember back to starting Antares and all these thoughts that were going through my head, and just the not knowing and the stress of things like license not coming, produce not coming. That used to stress me out so much, but now I am always just finding the solution. And this is not just India, this is any country, you know, there's always things that you need to iron out. And, you know, if I look back to the feelings back then, you know, I felt the pressure massively. My main passion is food and cooking, and so this time round, I have put all of my energy into the menu rather than running around organising everything else. I've, you know, more left that to Ashish and Vandana, and they're doing a fantastic job. So it's been a nice process this time round for me. As much of the stress that has been there, it's yeah, it's been fun just to focus on the things that I love doing. I'm at my local Vada Pav stand, which is basically a pretty famous street food here in Mumbai. So it's a fried vegetable patty inside a burger bun. So for my Aussie friends, it's a Mumbai burger. And I'm just going to have a quick bite on my way to the restaurant. Aap kaise ho? Can I please get one Vada Pav? Ek Vada Pav. You know, it's such an easy snack to have. It's just a really soft bun, crispy veggie patty inside and a little chutney in the base, and it's just delicious. On the street, these are always vegetarian, but we're actually doing a ghati chicken version of it. So we're playing around with the flavours and doing something a little bit different.
Today we got our license. Finally. Yeah, that was nerve-wracking. That's what the delay was all about. We have to comply with the law, and now finally it's there. So we're going to pop a nice bottle of GH Mum to celebrate. And today's the big day, and we have to get it right. Sarah's moved bag and baggage. I've moved here bag and baggage. And it's about getting it right and then keeping the legacy meal by meal. So it's not about day by day, it's about meal by meal and making sure there's a wow with every meal.
Akush, how are you? Good. How are you all, boys? Ready? Day one? Sorted?
In recent years, Mumbai has developed a reputation as India's foremost location for upmarket dining. Sarah's restaurant, The Wine Rack, is amongst many trendy new restaurants trying to make an impact on this emerging urban food scene.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
How are you feeling about tonight, Sarah?
Bit nervous. First time people's tasting our food.
So let's show them the new kid on the block is the kid on the block. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good.
Good luck. oh, the pressure it's like you're bursting with pressure. But we've done this many times over and we have butterflies in the stomach, but we also know that it's just the initial inertia of getting the ship running. But it's 4 hours, 5 hours, and then D-Day strikes, gates open.
There's definitely a bit of pressure building up in the kitchen, and it's the countdown now till all the guests start arriving, and there's always these last-minute things that never go to plan. There's a few staff away and no water in the kitchen for the last couple of hours. So I know that Himanel is feeling it and he's working really hard in the kitchen at the moment. We've had to make a few changes to the menu to be able to pull it off tonight. But yeah, I think we've still got some solid dishes to send out tonight. I feel like I've just learned so much in the last 3 years. Yeah. It feels pretty crazy. It doesn't feel real. It's like, yeah. It's so funny when I tell Phoenix, he's just like, yeah, Mum's just opening a restaurant. Like, he's just so blasé about it. And then I just think about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm opening another restaurant. It's just insane. Yeah, to pinch myself to, like, know that it's real. It's pretty amazing.
There's a leak in the toilets, so we can't use the toilets tonight. The dimmers are not working properly. 2 people have just recently quit, and critical positions, one at the bar and a sommelier. So we've got just so much happening. But once the music comes on, the first set of food starts rolling out, the champagne's flowing, nerves start getting settled down. But it's just about holding your nerve till that time. Because it is a really big launch party today. Some important guests, super important people coming in. And we have to flow them. You know, you get one chance at getting it right, and we can't afford a miss.
So what happened with the lights?
We switched on the salamander and everything tripped. Just called the electrician, he's coming to check.
What, everything tripped?
Yeah, the equipment's aren't working.
Oh my God. The guests have started arriving, and as soon as we turned on the salamander, all of the power and lights and equipment has tripped. So guests are here and we need to start. Oh, you're lucky, Vakil. You're lucky. You're lucky. Yeah, lucky that it's working.
While Sarah's restaurant in Goa can hold over 300 guests, the Wine Rack is a more cosy venue with a capacity of 50. However, the intimate space means Sarah's lack of presence is more noticeable. And as the venue starts to get busy, Sarah's absence leaves her partners concerned about where she is and what's causing the delay with the food.
You know, the city has thousands of restaurants and we really want to dominate. We want people to come to this place because it's buzzing, and we want to do that through genuine touch points. Touch points of a fabulous looking restaurant, great experience in choosing wine, 300 varieties of wine, and fabulous food, because at the end of the day, that is so critical to the entire restaurant experience. So that's what we want the city to be buzzing about.
Sarah and head chef Himanel have simplified the menu for the launch so that Sarah doesn't need to supervise the kitchen all night. But things are still not running smoothly.
Boys, please do a quick, set up properly. What is everything? What is all of this? Set up. All the guests are arriving. You need to be ready.
Sarah, yeah, clean, wipe.
Please, everyone needs to set up. The guests are here, so food's got to start getting sent.
Yeah. They were fixing the soap dispenser and they punctured a water pipe. So in the afternoon, I had no water for 2 hours and a fully stocked kitchen with ingredients and team. But I couldn't cook because there was no water. So that had set me back a little bit. But yeah, we're just trying to recover. The food is almost prepared. The setup, on the other hand, is under process. The boys aren't trained very well. They've just been working in this kitchen, I think, for a few days. They need constant supervision on every minute detail. So, yeah, I need to have an extra set of eyes everywhere so I can keep looking, knowing what's happening behind my back.
Oh, it's chaos, but it's what I live for. Today has been such an emotional day, a crazy day, but also an exciting day. And to see, you know, the restaurant full of people is the moment we've been waiting for, although it hasn't been perfect. And, you know, there's a lot of things that we need to work on. It's just such a nice feeling to have a full house, and whatever chaos is going on back here, at least everyone is happy out there. So if they're happy, I'm happy.
While Sarah would like to stay focused on the kitchen, she is dressed to entertain, not cook. And with the restaurant filling up with guests, she has little choice but to leave the kitchen in Himanul's hands.
गार्लिक नान मारना शुरू कर रहे, गेस्ट आ गए। नहीं है, मार अभी। जब टाइम दिया था तब इतनी देर कहाँ था अभी?
Himanul's experience pays off, and he manages to whip the kitchen into shape. The waitstaff are finally able to deliver dishes, and thankfully the delay goes unnoticed by the guests.
In a cutting-edge city like Mumbai, we really wanted to get a world-class restaurant, world-class menu, which complements wine. And that's where Sarah plays a great role, because she's got a fabulous vision and is very different from what the city might have seen before.
When you see people in the restaurant enjoying your food and tasting things, and you know, you get so nervous when you see that, when that first person picks up that bite of food and they taste it and you're like, oh gosh, what's their reaction? And you can see so much on a person's face, and when you watch them eating your food, it tells you a million things. So yeah, it feels amazing. Himanul, he's awesome.
Hi. Am I?
Great job. Oh, you're all right. It's hard to imagine this moment when, you know, it's been so crazy for the last couple of weeks and no reward at that point, you know? So you're just chipping away at these things day by day and feeling the pressures, feeling the stress, but not getting any reward for it. And tonight is that first reward when you see people enjoying the place that you've been working so hard at trying to achieve, and enjoying the environment and loving the place as a whole is so exciting for me.
We've seen how she's grown as an individual, as a chef, how her food is appreciated, has evolved, how she's soaked in not just her travels, but also her experience in India. And I think the biggest thing, what I really like and appreciate about her, is that she respects the guest and respects the way they would like to eat it, but at the same time puts her own style to every dish.
I still don't really believe it, to be honest. Every day I pinch myself. I still can't believe Antares is mine, let alone the second one. It's just crazy, and it's so exciting, and I feel very lucky to be a part of this. From the response tonight, people have been loving it, and yeah, hopefully it becomes as big as Antares did. The whole experience has been insane again. You know, there's been ups and downs the entire way through, and now, you know, last night having the launch party just feels kind of surreal. It just feels crazy to think that I've done it again, and we're open and an operating restaurant. We've been working on it for so long, so to see it at the point now where, you know, people are enjoying themselves and eating food and it's a functioning restaurant is such an exciting time. Been one hell of a ride, and yeah, but it's just, it really isn't over yet. It's just the start line. Yeah, I'm heading back into the restaurant now, and this is where it all starts. A little bit, well, I'm really tired and a little bit hungover as well, but yeah, you've got to head back in and just keep the restaurant going, and you know, teaching the boys more and more, and becoming a team and growing the business. To think about what's happened in these last 3 years, I just feel like, how and when, you know? It's just all moving so quickly, and as tired and exhausted as I am now, I'm still back in the cab, heading back into the restaurant because I want it to be perfect. It's, you know, it's just such an incredible experience, and I'm sure I'm going to just continue building and growing and opening more restaurants.